Reaper might also be trying that out with his playing against Protoss, where he feels like his ZVP is weak, so maybe sometimes he change it up and go for Terran against a Protoss opponent. But anyhow, speaking of Reaper, he is this guy here at the top left with the blue coat. It is from Team Gosu, the Reaper. Spawn here at the bottom right, we got our red Protoss from the team of Cranky Dunklings. It is PattyMac. And speaking of cranky Ducklings, PattyMac might actually get a little bit cranky, as he does have to face against a proxy hatchery to start off this game. Now, he has completely scouted this, and I don't think Reaper has scouted his probe, because there is a little bit of a, not a lot of range here on this hatchery. And yeah, I think, man, these NA games are just hilarious sometimes. Like, this is a typical NA game, I feel like. This is just absolutely insane. Wow, even throwing down the Roach Warren. Wow, this is just like cheese after more cheese. Yes, we'll go ahead and start our series off with some cannon rushing, and, well, not cannon rushing, but some hatchery rushing. Some cannons out on the field as well. Alright, so PattyMac gonna go ahead and send his probe. Now, if he can get the block off of this hatchery, this is gonna be really good for him. But even if he doesn't get the block, he's gonna be able to get a scout on the Roach Warren. He's gonna notice that there is no hatchery at either of these bases. Something is up. Okay, he's gonna see this Roach. Yeah, he's gonna see the Roach Warren. Or the Roach is out, coming across the map. And yeah, what is PattyMac gonna do here? He's gonna go ahead and throw down a shield battery. He could throw down a cannon, but I don't think that's gonna help him, because sometimes, the Zergler is gonna turn those Roaches, at least some of them, into Ravagers to snipe down those cannons. And so, yeah, I don't think it's smart to go for cannons right now. It's probably much more better to go for more shield batteries, but he's got to be careful. These Roaches and Ravagers are knocking at the front door. He's gonna need some units here to defend. Now, that Nexus is about to finish. That's gonna allow him for some shield battery overcharge, and that is gonna be really helpful in this situation. The more time that PattyMac can buy, the more time he can pump out more units. But oh no, he got over-eagered. He overextended his stalkers, and these stalkers are going to get trapped and surrounded. Oh my goodness, PattyMac. He was looking so solid on his defense, but all of a sudden, 2 stalkers going down, as well as a Zealot. And now, I mean, there's still 3 stalkers, but is it going to be enough? I think with the shield batteries, it is. Yeah, he still has yet to use the shield battery overcharge. Oh man, that could have been so scary. Like, if PattyMac lost all his units, there would have been nothing to here to defend the buildings here, the pylons, the shield battery itself. That was a little bit of a scary time here for PattyMac, but I think it's finally stabilized. Got the extra shield batteries. As long as he survives this, I mean, there's no hatchery here. There's no really follow-up for Reaper. As long as he defends against this, it's pretty much GG. There's really no transition for Reaper here. Oh man, that Immortal being out, that might just seal the deal there. Like, what is Reaper supposed to do? Oh my goodness. He's sending his Overlord into the... Oh my goodness. That is just so unfortunate. So the rally of the Overlord went into the cannon, so he just lost the Overlord. He can't afford to lose anything right now. He's so behind in the economy. 12 workers to 29 with no second hatchery. I mean, the second hatchery is building right now, but it's not up and running. PattyMac already starting to saturate his Natro. His Immortal's out. There's going to be a second Immortal coming out very soon as well. I think the writing's on the wall. I can't really think of a way that Reaper can get back into this. You know, usually maybe like if the Zerg player is behind, they have like some sort of X factor, some ace up their sleeve, like maybe they're going for some mutalist transition and they try to go for a base trade of some sort, or just try to catch the Protoss off guard, but there is no transition to speak of, and Reaper, he knows it. He's gonna tap on out, and PattyMac gonna take a quick game 1 victory. Alright, so another game without any lag, so that's a good sign. It looks like the taking out the side panel as well as the front panel of my PC did help out, so thank God for that. But yeah, quite an interesting game 1. You just don't see that normally. Like, yeah, you see some proxy hatcheries, you know, but you know, a lot of the times Protoss respond by going for like double gateways and, you know, shield batteries behind it, but PattyMac actually responding with cannons and sticking with one gateway for the time being, and then just transitioning into Robo once he kind of figured out that, okay, I think I'm safe. And he was, but it got, you know, it got a little bit scary there because he was trying to chase down the Ravagers with the 2 Stalkers. I mean, I don't blame him. Those Ravagers were actually quite low in life, so why not, right? Sometimes you like thinking I could chase them down. You don't really expect like a bunch of speedlings to come out of nowhere and you know, surround your Stalkers, but 2 of his Stalkers did get surrounded, as well as the Zealot. So luckily he was able to continuously, you know, warping units. He had 3 Stalker left. That was able to help him stabilize. And once he stabilized, you know, he had, you know, some an additional shield battery behind it. He had the Immortal behind it, and it was pretty much smooth sailing from then on. Now it was pretty much PattyMac's game to lose, and so Reaper unfortunately does not pull out that cheese. Cheese was shut down by PattyMac, and now we are headed into game number 2 here on Waterfall. And spawning here at the bottom left. Oh, let me go ahead and update the scoreboard. 1 point for PattyMac. Spawn here at the bottom left, we have our red Protoss from the team of Cranky Dunklings. Looks like he's not cranky anymore. It is PattyMac. Oh boy. Alright, so here we go. Spawning here at the top right, we got our player representing the team of Team Gosu. Give it up for Reaper. By the way, of course, maybe we haven't known or gotten the news, Reaper just recently joined Team Gosu. It was only a few days ago that he left his old team in License to Kill, which ironically is the team of Nina, who Reaper faced against in the last series. But yeah, he just joined Team Gosu. So congrats to him with his new team, and hope that all goes well. But let's see, more importantly, how this opening goes for Reaper, as once again going for the early gas and pull. PattyMac sending an early scout, and this is gonna really give him ample time to set up his defense. This time around, he knows he has enough time to build a second gateway instead of going for the forge response because there's no proxy hatchery. And of course, this is one of the maps that is quite easy to wall off, and it's a high ground ramp, so it makes it even better. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter in the initial game, or not in the initial game, but the initial few minutes, because there is that overlord to spot the high ground. But if PattyMac does, you know, snipe off that overlord, then later in the game, it's gonna be harder for him to attack up the ramp. Alright. Alright, looks like Reaper does start transitioning into a third. Oh, sorry about that. Missed that, but got the tail end of that. But as I was saying, you know, Reaper noticing that PattyMac has a good wall off here, not going to commit to anything more. Going to go ahead and start throwing down the third hatchery. And what does PattyMac go for from here? Looks like he is going to elect to go for Stargate, which is pretty good on this map. There is a lot of places you can fly. A lot of dead airspace here, as well as here. If the Zerg or places the third here, or the fourth rather, here later on, then he can kind of swing around into the main base, as well as his fourth base. We'll see, of course, how much Orko PattyMac makes. You know, the standard is usually 2 and 3. We'll see if he does make that third Orko. But in the meantime, a great spread here by the Lynx to make sure he has a lot of vision, map vision out in the field, because of course this map does not have any watchtowers. So you really got to rely on overlords and spotter Lynx to get the vision. And he wants to make sure he knows where that Orko is flying, when the Orko is flying across the map, and in what direction as well, because that's going to give him a good indication where to park his Lynx, or sorry, park his queens at, because you usually need just only 2 queens to defend a single base against Orko. Like, of course, the Orko can commit into it, despite the 2 queens, but it's only going to get like maybe 2 or 3 drone kills before it dies, so that's definitely not worth it. So usually the Protoss, you know, doesn't really commit into a base that has 2 queens defending it. Alright, 2 Orko's going to go ahead and immediately back on out, as he does see 2 queens as well as a Spore Crawler. Get some nice scouting done. Got scouting on that Baling nest. Alright. Oh, just barely saves that Orko. 19 health on that cute little Orko. And right now, I don't think he realized that there are possible Mutalisks out on the field. Okay, let me see. Does he see the spire? Okay, he does see the spire. Okay, he should be starting making Phoenixes right now. Like, he has vision of that spire. Okay, there we go. I was wondering where the Phoenix production is. Okay, gonna go ahead and start making them. And, ooh, what is this? Dark Shrine? Huh. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. I guess the idea is that he does have Phoenixes to take down the Overseer. And that does leave Reaper with no detection after that. Normally, you will see the Protoss going for Archons instead. especially with the Twilight Cancel. You know, got the charge lock. All the minerals goes into the Zealots, and then all the gases should go into the you know, the Archons and the High Templars. But you know what? I think because he is investing some gas into these Phoenixes, he is going to be lower on gas, so he's going to go ahead and try to even it out by going for DTs and using them to morph into Archons. Because, you know, if PattyMac has a charge lot, you know, Archon and Phoenix composition, like, that deals extremely well against what Reaper is going for. However, Reaper not going for Mutalisks, went actually for Corruptors. Okay, I think PattyMac should stop his Phoenix count. Okay, yeah, he does cancel it and just invest all the gas into Archons right now, because the Corruptors are going to be pretty useless, and you know, there's not going to be as much on the ground for Reaper as well. So if PattyMac can amass a charge lot and Archon force, he can potentially just go across the map and just clean up and wreck shop. But Reaper, he is not waiting for PattyMac to go across the map. He is going to come in, actually mix in some Mutalisks, which is pretty good. However, our Phoenix is already out on the field, so it looks like these Phoenixes will be pushed back. These Corruptors could actually theoretically fight up against those Phoenixes, but just going to retreat for now. And yeah, a good defense here by PattyMac. Gonna take the supply lead, gonna take the 4th base before the Zerg player takes his own 4th. That is always a good sign for the Protoss. And now DTs out are currently amassing up for those Archons. And man, oh man, if PattyMac gets that critical amount of Archons to the point where Reaper really can't fight against it. I mean, Archons do splash damage to those Mutalisks. They do splash damage to those, you know, those Lings, and you know, they take up a lot of those bailing hits. They have so much shield. They're so beefy. There's really not a lot that Reaper can do except go for a base trade. And even then, I don't think he's gonna win that, because PattyMac has more bases, and he's also got recall. He's got shield battery as well. Not a good sign for Reaper. He's gonna have to make work of these Mutalisks right now. He's trying to kind of fly across. Oh, gotta be careful. Oh my god, PattyMac has him trapped and cornered. He's gonna take the entirety of these Mutalisks. Oh my goodness, these Mutalisks either had to fight against the Stalkers or the Phoenixes. You know, Stalkers in the back, Phoenixes in the front. Looks like Reaper is gonna kind of swerve away, saves 3 of his Mutalisks, but yeah, that was a great little trap maneuver there by PattyMac, able to decrease the amount of Mutalisks. And now he is gonna walk across the map. He's got, how many Archons is that? 6 Archons on the field there. They're gonna take up so much damage. They're gonna soak them up, and the Archons are gonna go ahead and wreck shop. Mortals in the back, just cleaning up the rest of the Ravagers and Roaches. And PattyMac, I think he has this in the bag. Yep, Reaper gonna go ahead and GG out.